Hi friends and new friends. Did you know that Dash isn't listed on any exchanges in Japan? The Japanese financial services regulator has been pretty harsh on Dash, lumping it in with privacy coins such as Zcash or Monero. Why is that, and what is one Dash community member doing about it? I'm Christopher Carruthers, also known as Tao of Satoshi, and you're watching Cash Alternative TV. So what is Cash Alternative TV, other than that catchy jingle? Well, it's a show about cryptocurrency with a focus on Dash, which aims to be a digital cash for the world, an alternative to cash. If that's something that interests you, you want to learn more about Dash, or just want to hang out with me some more, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss an episode. Now on to the topic of today's show. So there's recently been a proposal to the Dash DAO that aims to deal with the treatment of Dash in Japan. So if you're new to Dash, we have what's known as a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization, where proposal owners can submit proposals to the Masternode network, and the Masternode network votes on it. And if the proposal passes, it's funded straight from the blockchain. So the proposal owner we're going to be talking about today is Yasuki Suda. He's the owner of DashJapan.com, and he's a moderator on the Japanese Dash Discord group. The text of the proposal submission contains a wealth of information on how crypto is regulated in Japan and how Dash has been slighted by the regulators there. Japan was the first to have a regulatory framework for cryptocurrencies, and it's earned international praise because of its high standards. So far, the focus of this regulatory framework has been exchanges, with owning and transacting in cryptocurrency unregulated. And to be honest, there's no specific law banning Dash on exchanges. So why does Dash find itself on the outside looking in? Well, we're going to find out more about that today. Yasuki explains the situation in this way. Although there are no laws or guidelines in Japan specifically prohibiting the listing of Dash, JVCEA has issued guidelines that has in effect prevented Dash from operating in Japan. The relevant guidelines on cryptocurrencies to avoid issued by the JVCEA states cryptocurrencies that are extremely difficult to trace in transfer records, cryptocurrencies that are difficult to properly audit by a certified public accountant or an audit firm, and cryptocurrencies that are likely to be used for money laundering and the financing of terrorism, which are prohibited under self-regulation rules. Dash has fallen into these categories in the minds of the JVCEA, largely due to an existing larger general misconception about Dash, carried by many individuals and thought leaders in this space, that Dash is a privacy coin, and saying it's just a privacy coin. Additionally, the lack of awareness that Dash is auditable has been a significant factor to the JVCEA's view on Dash due to the Payment Services Act, which requires that crypto asset exchanges and their listed crypto assets be audited by a Japanese audit firm or a certified public accountant. In fact, 2018, a member of a study group on virtual currency exchange businesses established by the JFSA mentioned Dash, Zcash, and Monero as problematic currencies susceptible to use for illicit purchases and money launderings. So why did they come to these conclusions? Well, they say since Dash was originally known as Darkcoin, it was designed to do nefarious things. But as you and I both know, it was actually created as Xcoin, and it only changed to Darkcoin because the founders had an important viewpoint on privacy. But they don't want to do bad things with it. The actual Darkcoin that was created was just a tool. You could use privacy in a good way or a bad way. But in Japan, they just view it as a bad thing. And the second reason was due to Dash's private send feature. The Japanese authorities don't realize that the Dash blockchain can be audited. And some high-profile reports in Japan have lumped Dash in with Zcash and Monero. So this just became a standard that became universally accepted. It's definitely a bad situation for Dash to be in, and it shouldn't be, as Ryan Taylor pointed out on Twitter. Bitcoin is accepted in Japan, and it has the same capability to mix their coins, although in a centralized way, where Dash's private send feature is a decentralized solution. In reality, Dash's codebase has been forked from Bitcoin, so fundamentally no different. Overall, it's a bad situation for Dash to be in, and it's led to them being listed on no exchanges. And how do we fix it? Well, that's the proposal that Mr. Suda has up for voting right now. Here's the strategy in Mr. Suda's words. For the past year, I have been working closely with Dash Core Group to remedy the situation. In September 2019, Glenn Austin, CFO of Dash Core, and I met with the JVCEA to present and submit the private send legal position document. I did the translation in person. To reverse the decision and opinions of exchanges and regulators, and whitelist Dash in Japan, we have been advised on the following steps. We have been advised by exchanges and other entities with clear instructions on the first few required steps to change the situation in Japan and whitelist Dash in Japan. These are: First, it is recommended that legal and CPA memorandums outlining their expert opinions on Dash auditability be drafted and submitted to the regulatory authorities. Secondly, the Japanese auditing firm or Big Four accounting firm must audit Dash and submit the report to the regulators through exchanges. Thirdly, an exchange partner with Dash listed and licensed to operate in Japan must submit an application, including an audit of Dash in their systems, to regulators. So do they have these things in place, ready to go? We have identified a Japanese law firm well-versed and experienced within the cryptocurrency space. We would like to contract them to draft and submit the legal memorandum. We require an audit of a partner exchange who can list Dash and is willing to submit Dash for regulatory approval. We are currently in the process of identifying an exchange partner to go through this process with. We are in conversations with the Big Four firms to conduct the audit of Dash. So as a masternode owner myself, I'm in full support of this proposal, and I hope it goes through, because Japan is a very important market for cryptocurrency, and it's no different for Dash. It's a very open market to using cryptocurrency, and I think that Dash should have a good presence there. And I'm really supportive of this initiative, and I hope it goes through. It's also very important for Dash to improve its standing in Japan, as Japan's regulatory system, as I said, is held in high regard by other countries. So what it decides will probably end up being decided by other countries as well. And the reasons behind Dash's treatment in Japan are quite silly, to be honest, and it doesn't really need to happen that way. So let's nip this in the bud. I support you 100%, Mr. Suda. Arigato. Well, that's it for me today. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and click the bell if you want to see more from me and Cash Alternative TV episodes. Until next time, remember, Dash is a better money for a better future. And that future is getting closer every day. Hopefully even in Japan. Bye for now.
Alternative.